guys. A little awkward with no sound. Also, I see they did a bit of HSR thing there with how they do with some of the old characters, which is interesting. There we go. I got sound. Alrighty, looks like we're all good to go. Alrighty, guys. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. We're gonna probably do a bit of a short stream here because I kind of have to be somewhere very soon. So we're gonna just do summons for Sereniel here. I'll be honest, I probably won't be testing her out right away. So what the plan is gonna be, we do pulls for Sereniel, we do pulls for her partner. Maybe we mess around a little bit, probably not, and then we're just gonna go right into the Nikki story to catch up to where the fuck I was from, like what exactly I missed and all that. So that's kind of the plan here. Just do pulls, and then we go from there into the story. Let's say we got some new stuff here. I'm assuming the supply shop opened up something new. I love how loud that is. That's great. Okay. Supply store. Yep. Got 5 new summons for limited and standards. That's cool. Bunch of other goodies too. Very, very nice. I'm very behind on all these, so that's also even better. Okay, we'll mess with that later. Anything else? We got this. We have whatever this is. For the first light. View opening story. You got a free pull for limited banner. That's pretty cool. Guessing this is like maybe set up for Sereniel, or maybe for the new chapter. I'm not too sure. I'll just skip through this because I'm not too crazy about the story at the moment. I mean, some stuff about the story that's kind of cool for Chaos and Nightmare, but you know, right now I'm kind of in a rush at the moment, so I'm just kind of trying to blast through this real quick. You know, barrel. I'm assuming this is probably somewhat related to Sereniel, or is this New Year's? Or maybe this is related to New Year's? I don't know. I didn't really pay attention. Well, let's see. It says Ether Fireworks Display. Oh, maybe this is for New Year's. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I get. It looks like it's for New Year's probably. I'm guessing. So this is like every single day you play the game, you get pulls and other goodies basically, or use stamina, I guess. And then yeah, so I guess it's like a New Year's little end of year kind of gift thing. What is this? Memoirs. Welcome to the game. Level up a combatant. Okay, interesting. You get different rewards here as well. Interesting. Looks like it's mainly all catered towards Sereniel, so this is gonna probably be something you want to do and look back into very often, so you get free pulls. So these two are gonna be on raid up, huh? Okay, I guess that's fine. Not the craziest about that, but it's fine. I was hoping for Cassius, but oh well. Yeah, so seasonal, huh? Okay, Silver Winter Festival. Got special pulls here. Okay, $8, you get 5 summons and you get that. 30, you get 10 plus another multi. Okay, that's the usual packs basically. But looks like they're like slightly separate. Let's see, this is 30 for 10 and 10, 15 for 10 and 10. Yeah, a lot of different kinds of packs here. Okay, interesting. Okay, oh, I'm gonna buy this real quick. What the heck is this? You got some cube here? Interesting. Might as well buy these. Okay. Well, without further ado, let's do some pulls for Sereniel. See how they go. Hopefully we don't get fucked. Hopefully we get it early, because, you know, limited character plus limited support as well, so hopefully we can get both pretty quickly here. Most likely we'll have to go kind of close to pity. Mika dupe. Okay, I don't mind that. My Mika isn't fully duped out. Let's see, we gotta do about 5 multis before we hit pity here. They're hard pity, so hopefully that won't have to be the case. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. Okay, got Serenia. Funnily enough, my Serenia is actually maxed already. She's been maxed for quite a while. So I kind of don't really need more Serenia dupes, to be honest. I'm sitting pretty well with not really needing Serenia dupes. What am I getting dupes for other characters though? Like KCS, Mika, I guess Nia's okay. 30 pulls. No special animation here. It would be kind of cool if you give it like an extra special animation for like limited characters like Sereniel here. Just because they're like are limited, right? I think that would be kind of cool personally. Alright, 20 pulls here. Surely she... Okay, there we go. 20 pulls, so we got like soft pity. I'll take it. Soft pity. I think it should be her. I hope. Yeah, I hope it is. We'll go ahead and find out in a little bit here. It's gonna be at the very end. Okay, no, almost the very end, I think. Sereniel? Yeah, Sereniel. Okay. Yeah, Sereniel. Okay, very nice. Very nice. Hunter Instinct. Okay. Yeah, I'll gladly take it. Would be cool if I got another dupe in here, but that's fine. Still very nice. I'm gonna take a quick screenshot of that real quick, because, you know, I like taking screenshots of my pulls personally. I don't know how you guys feel about that. Always something I personally like doing, and a lot of gacha games I play. Alrighty. Confirm. So, not too bad. I'd say not too bad. Now, we just need to hope we get her partner friend here pretty quickly, you know, Peko. I heard Pekko's pretty good, but Peko is also limited as well. It's kind of the reason I want to pull for Peko. I mean, I could probably use my pity points to buy Peko, but where's the fun in that, you know? Where's the fun in just doing that, right? Would it be more fun just to pull Peko? Pull Peko? Okay. I like how we're going here. Okay. That's very nice. I actually wasn't checking pity, so I don't know if that was early or if that was like we were already up pity basically. But hey, I ain't complaining. Yes, let's go. Okay, let's go. All right, very nice. Okay. I mean, I don't know, maybe there's an extra Peko in here. You know, just saying would be kind of cool. You know, if got extra Peko. You know, it is a limited character. No, okay, that's fine. I'll take it. Very nice. Very cool. Like I said, I wasn't checking pity, so I don't really know if that was early or not. I'll have to look back on the VOD to figure that out. But you guys let me know if you guys were paying attention, because I was not. So I don't know personally if that was an early or if that was already a pity where it's like, yeah, that wasn't early. But yeah. Anyways. Cool. You know, decent amount of pulls left over. Not a crazy amount, but a decent amount. Of course, I will be saving these pulls for future characters. I'm not really gonna chase for dupes for Sereniel, even though she is a limited character. I'm okay with just getting the one copy and that being it, because I'm not really I don't really chase dupes in this game. Luckily, dupes aren't too crazy in this game, like where you don't really need it. So, you know, luckily that's the nice thing about this game, is that you don't really need to worry about dupes. So that's really cool, at least. Because, you know, some other games it's like, oh, dupes are like really good, right? And it's like, oh, you can only pick and choose unless you want to get, you know, new characters. And then it's like, okay, well, yeah, I can't really do too much at that point. I mean, I could buy the dupe here. I do have enough 2 pity dupe. I could have enough 2 pity buy her dupe. I'm probably not gonna do that, if I'm being honest, though. I don't really think it's worth it for me personally, but you know, it is an option. The packs aren't too bad as well. I mean, it could be better, but not too bad. Alrighty. Let's see. Let me juice her up a little bit, and then we're gonna hop onto Nikki. So yeah, any of you guys who were interested here for CZN, unfortunately, I do have to kind of be going somewhat soon, so I won't be able to really stay around for too much CZN at the moment. If you guys are interested in that kind of stuff, I just wanted to like stream my polls basically, so that's kind of why we were here mainly. But hopefully maybe later this week we'll do some more CZN. We'll see. But I'm kind of more interested in doing catching up with some other games, so we'll see how that plays out. Anyways, let's get you juiced up here. Sereniel sama. I don't really know what her best build is gonna be. I'd imagine it's probably gonna be the 2-2-2 build. Well, I'm just gonna run her on the 4-2 build because that's kind of like how I like to run things personally. So I'm gonna give her, let's give her this. Let's see, is this other one better? That's about the same. Okay, I'll give her that one. Now let's see, where do I get from this? What's in the new set? This one. Okay, this weird key thing. These are all pretty bad. So I think crit damage could be probably pretty good. I feel like crit damage or just like attack. I'd imagine either one of those would probably be pretty good as like the secondary. So I'll leave this open for the time being. Maybe I don't really have any other good options at the moment. For this one, I should have another good piece here. I'm working a couple. That one's pretty good. I'm gonna try between these two. Damage over time. Not too bad. Damage over time again. Okay, that's a little bit annoying. Crit damage. This is the one we want. Yeah, this is the one we want. Okay. That's the best one we got. And then next up. Critical damage. Yep, this is what we want. For these, do I have anything good? I can make this one work if I need to. That, and then lastly, this could be an attack feather probably, or crit damage, whichever route I want to go down. Maybe crit damage. I don't know. I think both are, like I said, both are probably pretty viable, so either one would be perfectly fine, I feel like. I'll just put attack for now. I don't know if the ones I know are going to be good. Okay. And then I'm gonna level up this one. Okay, I kind of don't like how I rolled that many times into damage over time, because she's not really a damage over time character. Just stop rolling into the fence. Okay, screw me, I guess. Literally rolled only into the fence, so that's very annoying. Okay, I'm not happy about that one. That's crazy. It really said I'm gonna roll only into defense percent and to flat defense. That's actually cheeks. That's actually so annoying that it rolled it like that. That's so dumb. The classic, even though you get good substats, even if you have 1 or 2 bad ones, sometimes it'll just roll only into the 1 and 2 bad ones. Cause fuck you, I guess. Very unfortunate. Alright, present time. Let's get you these. Let's get you these books. Is this bugged? Yeah, it's bugged, okay. Level 8. Level 13. I think we hit what we wanted to, right? No, we didn't. Yours says 13. Oh, I guess it's like a different meter. Okay, whatever. Alright, just take some cake. Yeah, I think it's bugged because you can't even really see like what the level is supposed to be. Here it says 13, but then over here it says like level 9, so something got messed up pretty badly here, which is not great. Can't even tell what level you're actually supposed to be at. I'm gonna try taking it to level 13. I'm curious what that is. There are a few more of these. Okay. Should be good. Now we gotta look for levels. I actually don't know if I have enough to level her up, but we'll see. I thought we can juice my Sereniel up here. I did do a bit of farming, but I don't think it's gonna be enough. Ooh, yeah, it's not enough. Okay. Alright, we'll have to do some farming for that then in a second. Partners, let's go ahead and upgrade you.
私の作業に興味あるの？私は成長し続けるから期待してて。私は成長し続けるから期待してて。
Okay. Stop it.
私は成長し続けるから期待してて。
You already have her. Why am I not surprised? I mean, hey, the polls went by pretty quick. I'm gonna be honest. You know, the polls were pretty quick here. We were able to snag her with, you know, I think it was like 2 pulls, and then I pulled the partner within 2. Actually, no, it's not true. I got Sereniel off soft pity, so I got her on the 20th pull, and then I got Pekko after doing 2 10 rolls, which I don't know if it was from built up pity or if I just got lucky. But yeah. Yeah, pretty nice, you know, not gonna lie. Let's see, how good are the dupes anyways? How valuable are they? So let's see, 50% damage amount to Pale Shooting Star and change the number of activatable homing lasers to 5. What's the basic amount? Activates 5 homing lasers. Let me see, what's the basic amount then? Activate 3, so you get an additional 2 lasers, so you get like a pretty, I'm assuming that sounds like a pretty big massive damage increase right there. At least to me personally, that sounds like it's pretty big. Alright, let's see, what about level 2 dupe? At the start of battle, you create 2 large homing lasers. At the start of turn, if homing laser is one of the cards drawn, you draw an additional card. Well, let's see the lobby wallpaper when you get a chance. Oh, for sure, I'll check that out in a second. 50% damage amount to Death Halo, and apply haste to each homing laser that is moved by Death Halo. Death Halo, AoE damage, move all these large lasers from exhaust pile to hand, and apply haste to those cards. You got a dupe too? I didn't get a dupe. I mean, I could get a dupe if I want to. I'm just looking at the dupes here to see what exactly is, like, you know, how good these dupes are. For each homing laser that is moved to hand on Ravage, Sereniel gains a firepower amp effect. Firepower amp plus 10% damage. Amount to Sereniel's attack cards for 1 turn at max 5 stacks, so 50% damage for this fire amp. So as long as you have 5 homing lasers, you get 50% damage amp. But it looks like it has to be specifically when you move, when homing lasers are moved to hand on Ravage. Was about to cut the game. Yeah, I mean the game is pretty good. I think the game has been doing really well. The gameplay loop kind of is a little bit stinky though, to be honest. Like it does kind of suck a bit with having to do chaos run, and like how chaos runs like take like a hot minute to get through, and then sometimes you get like unlucky. They did throw a bunch of QL changes though to make grinding that a lot better now with like epiphany rerolls and a bunch of other good stuff. So at least getting it should be easier, and I think over time they'll probably do more and more things to make the grind for getting your I guess perfect runs for chaos, like, you know, to be more better, whatever, so you get like better builds. And lastly here, when an ally inflicts Ravage, Sereniel inflicts 80% damage. For each segment of the ravaged target's max tenacity to that target. I'm not sure how good that one is. I can't really tell. I have to see that in person, but it seems like it might not be too bad. I mean, all these seem like really, really good. I do feel like her first one's probably her best one though, just because the fact that you get like an additional 2 cards here, which is pretty cool, and you get additional extra damage, so that's pretty cool. The second dupe also seems really good as well, just because you get an additional free draw 1 card, so that's also pretty cool. But these dupes don't really seem like you really need them, which is a nice thing, but they do seem quite good for sure. Alrighty. Might as well level this up, I guess. Just throw it on level 3. Oh yeah, what about our cards? Are they only all attack based? Because you never know sometimes. Looks like they're all attack based. Yeah, it doesn't really say. What are the epiphanies like anyways? So homing laser. Let's see, so 100% damage to Afterglow and Ravage, move from graveyard to hand. Afterglow, plus 1 tenacity damage to attack cards or of attack cards. And 50% damage amount if in Ravage state. So they do more damage when an enemy's Ravage, because you know this character is really all about breaking a tenacity bar from enemy, and then you deal like a bunch of damage, right? The epiphanies are going to be on Ravage, move to hand, destroy at 1 hit. Destroy. Activates effect on target Ravage or when the target is in a Ravage state. So basically when you Ravage the enemy, this card moves to hand, and then you're able to deal 152 times technically. Okay, that doesn't sound too bad. Also really good for if you want to run this one, like if you want, because you can run this with this character with Chizuru as well, and they're pretty good. So that would be like a really good one to run for if you're trying to make like a support Sereniel that will help Chizuru out, so they can kind of help each other out. Because you know Sereniel or Chizuru wants characters that hit multiple times, so something like that would be pretty useful. The next one here, 3 Afterglow on Ravage, move to hand, so that's still pretty good. I think on Ravage, the move to hand is like really good. That way you get the card back, plus 0 cost. You're dealing pretty good damage right there. 3 Afterglow though, so that's gonna be 1 tenacity damage of attack cards, or plus 1 to tenacity damage of attack cards, and then plus 50% damage amount if in Ravage state. When the effect is activated, decrease Afterglow by 1. Okay. I guess this one isn't too bad. It kind of helps you just get this effect to like last longer pretty much. And then I'm assuming you probably get like a plus 3 of like tenacity damage, and then maybe like 150% damage amount. I'm assuming, but I'm not too sure if it stacks, but this doesn't sound too bad. This one's going to be 2 Afterglow, and then you create 2 Homing Laser Large in discard pile. So exhaust 2, 60% damage after 1 Afterglow on Ravage, move from graveyard to hand. So if you create 2 of these, you're not going to be able to use them, but they're going to be in the discard pile waiting for you pretty much. Okay. That could be useful for some builds, but it is a 1 cost, so that's a little bit annoying. Next one here, we got 1 Afterglow, so you got a reduction of 1. And then on Ravage or at the start of turn, move to hand. So if you Ravage the enemy from breaking their tenacity bar, or the start of the next turn, or just in general, this gets just chucked into your hand, so I guess that's okay. This one feels like the less desirable one, I think, but I could be wrong. Last one here, we got 2 Afterglow, 50% damage, and then move all homing lasers large in graveyard to hand. Okay, that could be pretty good. So you can just like have a bunch of these ready to go. That sounds like a lot better personally. I think this one like might be pretty good. But I don't know. This one seems like a Chizuru one, and then this one seems like pretty good. Plasma Missile, 100% damage, 0.5 tenacity damage if the target was not ravaged, activate 1 more time. Is that the same thing? Oh no, you just get more damage basically. So it's now to 1% or 1 tenacity damage and then just more damage. So yeah, overall more damage. 60% damage amount for each decrease the tenacity of the target, max 10. 2 instinct weakness. Okay, that sounds interesting. That sounds like it could be pretty good. And the 60% damage amount to homing laser for 1 turn. That kind of blows a little bit for the 1 turn, but 2 instinct weakness sounds pretty good. So that's like 2 turns of like the enemy guaranteed being weak to instinct. So basically, Sereniel will be doing advantageous damage to them. So that sounds like it's pretty good. Plasma Missile, create 3 homing missile or homing lasers large in draw pile. That's not too bad. And then we got unique here. At the start of the turn, 50% damage to a random enemy, 30% damage amount for each homing laser moved to hand for 1 turn. Not really that good. I don't think this is going to be that useful, especially because it's unique. You can't copy this one. I guess at some builds it could be useful if you want to specifically try to copy other cards, but you still want to have this one involved. So I guess in that regard it could be good, but I don't think the upgrade one's going to be that viable or that great. Maybe not viable, but I don't think it's going to be that great personally. But these three seem pretty good personally. I mean, this one's okay, just generally more damage, but these three seem pretty good, specifically these two. The inflicting 2 instinct weakness is really good. I think this is going to be the one I go for, but 3 homing lasers large could also be really, really good too, because that's going to be 3 of these cards that are going to be dealing a lot of damage, right? So I think that one's also a pretty good one as well. Shining Horror. Okay, so this one originally just gives you 2 homing lasers large, and it just creates them. So basically, because this character is also like Reroll, where the whole Dirge bullet system, this character has a lot of that going on as well. So basic upgrade, you get 3 of these. That's pretty good already off the bat, I'd imagine. This one basically increases the effect, or increases exhaust of those cards by 2. So instead of the cards exhausting after 2 times, I guess they exhaust, or no, after, oh, is it still 2? Okay, well, so I guess what this is saying is that instead of these exhausting after 2 turns, they now exhaust after 4 turns. So that could be pretty good. Okay. But I feel like I don't think it matters that much, but okay. Seems pretty nice. Unique / initiation. Okay, so you create 2 of these. On Ravage, create 2 homing laser L's. Isn't that the same thing though? You know, I guess this one isn't too bad either. So this is basically saying that anytime you break a tenacity bar for an enemy, you're always going to create 2 homing laser larges. But the downside with that is that you would have to continuously break the tenacity bar, which kind of takes a bit of a while to do that. So this could be good in some cases where maybe the enemy can where you're able to break that tenacity bar really quickly. But otherwise, if you're not able to do that, this one might not be that useful. But I think this is more of like, if you know you can break the tenacity bar really quickly, then like with a certain build, this could be the one that's really, really good. That way, if you're able to do that, you can basically spam a bunch of these homing laser L missiles or whatever. The next one here, we got create X+1, the classic. What does X+1 mean, guys? Create X+1 homing missile or homing laser L and then apply haste to those cards. This card does not reduce the enemy's action count, so that could be pretty good, so that way you don't take any extra hits. And then, yeah, I mean, does it really matter though? Because yes, you're playing haste, so the enemy's action count doesn't go down, right? But on the other hand, because it's an X+1, your turn's already over, so you can't really do anything at that point, right? So I don't know if that one's that great. Last one here, select and create 1 homing laser with their own distinct epiphanies. Wait, what? Wait, what? 1 homing laser with their own distinct epiphany. Wait a minute. If I go back out for like a second. Wait. So you're telling me... Wait, select and create. That sounds kind of crazy, not gonna lie. Wait a minute. That sounds kind of crazy. Because what you could technically do, right? Hold on a minute. What you could technically do, right? If with that being the case, you could maybe create something like, so, you know, you get your epiphany on this one, the basic homing laser, right? Then you could just say, give me maybe like this first one, or heck, give me this middle one here that creates 2 homing lasers in the large one, right? In the Scar Pal, right? You create one of these, then you get the epiphany for this one, and you decide to choose the Shining Core upgrade one over here. Then with this, you could create another one of these middle ones here that can create another 2 homing lasers, so you can have 4 of these pop off. And then since there's 1 AP, it's not that bad. I mean, yeah, that could be a pretty crazy build, or you know, do whatever mix match you want to do, right? But yeah, and the fact that you can specifically select which one you want to have for the Epiphany for that card makes this one really, really good. So yeah, I think the best ones are probably going to be between the first one, the middle one, and then the last one here. The last one seems really, really good. The downside with this one though is that you can't really you won't, you know, this card is basically going to be like null and void. Like this card won't be used for anything else unless you get lucky in one chaos run where you're able to duplicate this card before Epiphany, and then you have two versions of this, right? Then at that point you could say, give me you could, you know, maybe get, then you, if you also have to get lucky on having these two copies, you know, to both get Epiphany, right? Then at that point you could do the first one right 2 times. That way you get 6 homing laser larges, which is really good, which low-key might be the generic like one you would want to chase, right? Or you could use one for the first one, and then you could use the second one on like select and create one homing laser. That way you can get the best of both worlds, right? Or, you know, like the, you know, mix and match, right? If you were to get that lucky. So there's definitely different ways to go about this, but I think the generic one you're probably going to go for is the first one. But all these have a lot of good stuff. I really like the last one. Last one's really interesting. That's really cool. All right, last one here, or is it the last one? Yeah, last one here. Cobalt Light. So this is going to be like a big damage hit because it's literally 30 AP cost, so very expensive. Basic one, 120% damage times 4 to random enemies, and then we do 1 tenacity damage for each hit. So then for this, let's see. So we got 100% 80, or let's see, yeah, 180% damage times 4 to random enemies. So that on Ravage, when you break the tenacity bar, you decrease the cost by 1. Okay, so this is gonna now be a 2 cost Cobalt Light instead of 1 cost, or instead of 3 cost. So that's okay. And then since it's on Ravage, it could be good because this character is supposed to be able to break the tenacity bar pretty quickly. So that could work out pretty well to make it a 2 cost. The second one here, we got Retain. That's also pretty good off the bat. Damage multiplier is okay, nothing changes. With Retain, add 1 hit until use, max 5 times. Okay. So if you were to basically just leave this in your deck or in your hand and just never use it for like 5 turns, then on the 6th turn you could use this, would hit for 5 times. Okay, that's pretty good. Definitely the one you would want to pick if you're using Chizuru, because this would be, unironically, this is like a mini version, or like a or kind of like very similar to what Chizuru does with her, like, I forgot what the name of her blade was, but that one blade where you want to stack up with multiple hits and then you unleash it, right? That's very similar to that, basically the same idea, where you just kind of let it sit there for a little bit, and then after doing enough hits, but or in this case waiting enough turns, you would unleash it to get the maximum amount of damage because of the extra hits. Plus it would work really well with Chizuru regardless. Next one here is a decrease of 1 for the cost, for AP cost. No, you don't do any more tenacity damage though for each hit, which is something that's actually quite interesting. Okay. And then, but now you're going to be creating 1 homing laser large for each target that you hit. So if you're fighting multiple enemies, this is going to be really good. So this is going to be like a, if you wanted to build like a daily farming, or not daily, if you want to, oh yeah, I guess, yeah, daily farming or material farming, like a Sereniel, this is the one you would probably go for, because this would kind of help with that technically, because you're going to be fighting multiple enemies. So this would be pretty good for that. Next one here, we have no more times 4 damage, but it's going to be still random. And then it's going to be add 1 hit for each homing laser in hand. It's okay, I guess. I mean, plus since it's 1 cost, it's also pretty cool too. But the fact that you do lose the times 4 does kind of blow a little bit. So this is kind of like a 50-50. Like, it could be pretty good, but it could also be pretty bad if you don't have any homing lasers in your hand. So that can make it really bad, or not as desirable. Last one here, we have still 3 cost. It's now going to be a weakness attack 100%, 120% damage times 4, so that's still the same. But it's no longer going to be random. And then on Ravage, so when the tenacity bar is gone, this activates one more time, so it's going to be times 8 technically. So is this single target though, or is this AoE still? That's what I'm curious about. I guess this makes it become a single target, right? Yeah, because all these say random, right? And like basically implying AoE. This one is not saying that. This is specifically saying it does damage, and then if you break the tenacity bar, it deals with even more damage, right? Or like, because it procs again. So this could be a pretty good one for bosses. If you're fighting any bosses or whatever, this could be like a really good one that you would want to run for that. Otherwise, I'd say maybe you would want to run with like maybe the first or second one, because the tenacity hit damage for each hit is pretty nice, because it's kind of like going in line with her build. But the last one here is pretty good too, for if you just want to have her focused on like just killing bosses, right? Like this could be pretty good for that, because this is basically single target, right? So definitely a lot of options here. Not too crazy about like this one here, the free add 1 hit for each homing laser, which, don't get me wrong, that could be pretty good, but I'm kind of like, I don't know, kind of whatever about it, but it could be pretty good too, to be fair. All right, and then we got the ultimate here, which you get 3 homing lasers in hand, and then in drop out and graveyard. Okay. It does say activate, right? This could be kind of broken, because it does say you do activate 3 homing lasers in drop out and graveyard. So does it say any, or just regular homing lasers? Okay. Because if you were to have this one, then if you were to activate it, then you would create even more homing laser larges, right? And then all you would need is like maybe another, like maybe this one over here. That way you can bring them all to your hand, and then you can have more homing lasers that you can actually use, right? So definitely a lot of ways to play with Sereniel here, in a lot of interesting ways, which is pretty interesting, I'd say, for the most part. Yeah, really interesting stuff here. Okay. Pretty cool. Alright, let me go ahead and get this going. I actually don't have enough here. Don't know if I have enough to get this, to get it juiced up all the way, but we'll see. 50% chance to create 1 homing laser large to pulse fire. 100%, 102% damage, 50% chance to create homing laser 1. Oh, that definitely makes her skill 1, or not skill, her basic attack actually really good. 50% chance to create a homing laser, 1 homing laser large. That's really good. Personally, I think you probably only maybe get rid of her shield, and then that's it, and then you just keep the 2 basic attacks and then everything else. Yeah, that's that's quite good. That is quite good indeed. Okay. Where were we? Alright, we're over here. The reach promotion, okay. And then the other ones are just damage, right? Yeah, just more damage basically. Oh, this one's a little bit different. If Sereniel's critical chance is greater than 30%, plus 10% damage amount to homing laser. If critical chance is greater than 60%, add an additional 5% to the modifier, so it becomes 50% damage amount to homing laser. If you have 60% crit rate. Is it the large one specifically, or is it the regular one though? It's a regular one. Okay, but that's still crazy. Okay, 60% crit rate. So you probably want to have to run then a crit rate focused one here instead of a crit damage one. Huh. Okay. Interesting. Oh yeah, would extra attack even be good on her at all? Or is extra attack just like not really something she cares about? I don't think it would, right? Because if it would... Yeah, I don't think extra attack really does anything for her. Yeah, I don't think extra attack does too much. So yeah, probably just run the general crit damage, crit rate, and attack is probably all you want. Because I don't really see anything that really like says like counts like Reroll where it like activates at the end of the turn or anything. So yeah, okay. Well, let's see. Judging by the time. Oh, almost forgot. Really quickly before I look into that, almost forgot the thing we were gonna do. I gotta show off her background. Alright, her special Christmassy background. This is probably the best one for sure. This is definitely the best background and great timing for, you know, basically Christmas themed. Really nice stuff. really nice stuff. Gosh, damn, this is a very tight present here, you know. Can't wait to unwrap that later. Alrighty. Let's see, 40 minutes. Let me see. Okay. I'm gonna hop off for a bit, guys. I do need to take care of some stuff. I may be back later tonight in a couple hours. We'll see. I don't know if I'll have any energy in a couple hours, but we'll see, because I do need to take care of a couple things for a couple hours. So I may be back later tonight, and then we'll actually start the Nikkei Part 2 story. I've been meaning to get to that. We'll for sure, at the very least, get it done before it is over. That is for sure gonna happen, but I don't know if that's gonna happen tonight, because something did come up. But hopefully it will. I was actually planning to do it tonight, but some stuff came up, so kind of pushed it back. But hopefully, if I do have energy, we will be back in a couple hours. We'll take care of that. Maybe we'll do, if we get through it pretty quickly, maybe we'll do some CZN grinding or whatever else, right? To, you know, do a couple chaos runs and all that, and test Sereniel out a little bit more. But last thing before we do leave, let's test her out real quick. Let's test her out just to see how she exactly feels. Also, I guess we should check this out too. We get some free rewards, really cool stuff. Oh, this is like a daily thing. Okay, that's a little bit annoying. Anyways, let's do her trial real quick, and then yeah, they did actually post a couple different teams that they did recommend. So this is one generic team you can run. Another one is you can run her with Kalipi or Kalepi, whatever you want to call her, with Mika, because Mika's going to be really good on this character, because this character is very AP hungry, so Mika's going to be great with her. You could also run her, like I said, with Chizuru, so you can kind of run like Chizuru, Sereniel. Sereniel can kind of be like a bit more of a sub DPS character with the trying to apply multiple hits, right? And then you could run, you would probably run Ray, right? Because Mika wouldn't really work with Chizuru because of how Chizuru works, so you would have to run Ray. Still wouldn't be too bad of an option. And then you could probably make her run with Cassius, maybe even with Mika as well. I think that would be a pretty good team as well. Or maybe with Mia and Cassius, that could be pretty good too, for all the card shenanigans and whatnot. So yeah, so you know, just going over the generic thing here. Basically, you create your homing lasers. Homing lasers can move to the graveyard by activation or by usage. Then you can move them back through plasma missile or cobalt lights or anything else like that. So let's take a look at how she works, right? Let's see. So we could start off with, my mouse isn't working. That's great. I don't know what's happening. Okay, let's see. So we don't have any lasers and drop power, so we won't be using those. These don't do anything, so we'll just do Cobalt Light. This seems like the best one to go for. There's a lot of good damage. AoE. Very nice. If target was not ravaged, activate one more time. Let's go with this one. Okay, so that is the total. Okay, I wasn't thinking that was. Drop out and in graveyard. Okay. Go with this. And then we'll go with this. Let's use these. Okay, cards come back, they do big damage. Okay, okay. I don't know if that works with as extra damage though. I don't think it does. Oh yeah, no, I don't feel like it would. Sure, why not? Let's kill him. Big damage. Abyssal Bug. Alright, and this is her actual Gacha team here. Okay. Mark all enemies. Alright, let's do... I kinda want AP. Go with this. We'll mark them for 2 turns. We'll create 2 homing lasers. We'll do this. And then let's activate this one. Plasma Light Missile. And then we'll do this. We'll do, let's try this one out. So if I do this, right? And then we discard this card, does it do any damage? I think it does, unless I'm tripping. I feel like I'm dumb. Okay, let's go with, let's do this one first. That's actually really annoying. You know, that's probably why my recording doesn't work really here. Do this. Alright, what do we got here? Go with this. Big damage, tenacity break. Okay. We only have 2 AP though. So unless I break, I'm not really going to be doing too much. Okay, my mouse is acting really annoying. It keeps freezing. My mouse has been acting really annoying the whole day, so that's really unfortunate. Let's go with this one. Then we'll do this. And then we'll do this. And we'll do this. Oh yeah, I can definitely see that this character is going to be really good. Okay, yeah. What is it? Selena's gonna be really good with the marks and everything. That's gonna make her really good with the Sereniel for sure. Already feels pretty good with her. All right, got a nice little demo there, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, unfortunately, like I said, I do have to go here because it is a bit late, but hopefully I will be back in maybe maybe 3 hours. We'll see. Maybe I'll be back in about 3 hours to do Nikki's story. If not, probably tomorrow night. We'll have to wait and see on that one. But yeah, anyways, with that being said, really appreciate any of you guys who did show up here. Like I said, I am sorry about this being quite short and not doing too much, but I kind of have to go somewhere. But yeah, hopefully you guys, hopefully your guys' summons went well too for our girl Sereniel. She's really cool. She's really strong. And yeah, also she's limited, so you might as well summon for her because she's not going to be coming back for a little while, or maybe a long while. Who knows, right? Yeah, that's pretty much all I really got to say. So with that being said, I'm gonna see y'all later. Peace and take care, everybody.